Welcome to 5 Minutes of Momentum. These episodes are a short 5-minute burst of inspiration, motivation, and massive action. If you need that little kick up the butt to get things moving and to inspire you to take massive action, then every single Thursday I'll be sending you through a 5-minute episode to download, digest, and implement to finish your week off strong. Are you ready to get started? Let's go. Welcome back to 5 Minutes of Momentum. Today I want to talk to you about your word. So if you have done this before, I've done this many times in the past where I've chosen a word to help shape or set an intention for the year ahead. And I think a lot of business owners do this. And I shared recently on my Instagram about how I'm not choosing a word for 2026, how I'm actually making a commitment to myself and to my business. Because choosing a word is great, it's nice, but what I notice and what I've done for myself in the past, and also what I notice when having conversations with business owners, is that they set a word and then come March, April, May, they've forgotten about the word. It doesn't actually benefit them to choose that word and it doesn't really impact them or their action within the year. And so if that is you, I would start to think about how you can shift away from choosing a word and then start setting a commitment to yourself and to your business. And so that's what I've done, and that's what I'm going to be doing this year, because when you hold true to your commitments, and one of the things that I've really worked on within myself is self-integrity. When I say I'm going to do something, I do it. And so a commitment is a stronger commitment to myself and to my business, and I'm more likely to follow through on it rather than just choosing a word and hoping, wishing, and praying that's what happens in the year ahead, right? It feels really like out of your control. It feels like this external thing that we do. We set this word and it's like, oh, I hope that's what happens. And then come December, we reflect on the word that we chose and go, what actually transpired? Did that come to fruition? Why did I forget about that word? And it's usually because there's no emotional connection to the word. And so I've actually chosen 2 words or 2 commitments to myself that I'm going to be taking into 2026. And I'm going to share with you those in just a moment. But I want you to ask yourself first, like, what would the commitment need to be in order for you to achieve the life that you want to live this year? Because that's what your business should give you. Rather than it be like setting a goal or setting an intention around your business, what do you want to feel? How do you want to experience the year? And set that word if that feels aligned for you, but set a commitment with it, right? So what's your commitment to yourself that's going to be more supportive of you being able to follow through and take action even through challenging times? So my commitment to myself is my 2 words or my 2 commitments. Firstly is embodied receiving. So one of the things that I noticed in reflection after taking a lot of rest over the Christmas period, and I never try to rush my word, I might just say that quickly, is that I never try to rush the word. And throughout December, I was thinking about my word intentionally ahead of time, but nothing came through. And it wasn't until after a few weeks of rest that I was like, actually, I need to learn from the lessons of the year of 2025. And one of the things that I did was actually push through when my nervous system and my brain and my body and my alignment was out of whack. And I was basically like trying to make things happen instead of doing it from an aligned place. And so one of the things I acknowledged is that I was trying to push in order to receive. And it felt uncomfortable. Even though my word last year was overflow, I really wasn't stepping into embodied receivership. And so that's what I'm really working on this year. And that's my commitment to myself is embodied receivership. So how am I allowing myself to receive with joy and with openness rather than expecting to push through and make shit happen, right? It's a completely different energy going into a new year. And then my second commitment to myself is embodied presence. So the word presence really resonated with me recently. I don't remember where I saw it. It might have been a book that I was reading, or it might have even just been a thought around like what I want my word to be. And my goals when I think about my expansion for this year is really stepping in to become the woman that people buy from, become the woman that is embodied at that next level of leadership and next level of presence. So I really want to be on a lot more podcasts this year. I want to be speaking a lot more, being paid more for speaking. I want Unstoppable Women, my event, to be next level. I want it to be the best in their country. And I really want to be seen as that next level version of myself. And I had some really interesting experiences that happened in 2025 that almost like gave me the permission to step into that, but also was a beautiful reflection of how I'm being perceived externally versus how I perceive myself. And it was really contrasting. I was like, oh, is that how I'm perceived? Which was really interesting to me. And so I really am having that commitment to myself to be like, how can I embody the presence that I truly want to have? And that will always come back to embodied receivership and how I'm using my alignment to support that presence. Because when I'm in my joy, when I am in my embodied leadership, when I am fully charged, and I speak through that energy, everything else becomes so much easier and I'm in full alignment. So that's where I'm starting to step in and have that commitment with myself this year is embodied presence. And that also comes with an expectation of action, right? So that's where that commitment piece comes in of like, I am stepping in, embodied that leadership, embodying that presence because I'm going to show up intentionally. I'm going to show up from a place of alignment and really be open to that receivership, right? Receivership of that next level of success, next level of wealth, next level of income, next level of results, and starting to really think about how I'm being that version of myself. Does that make sense? So I hope this episode serves you. I would love for you to think about and share with me your words. Like send me a DM on Instagram, tell me what your word is. And also tell me your commitment level. Like what's your commitment for that this year? And what's your commitment to yourself? Have an amazing rest of your week.